Come in. Come in. Kom igen! Kom igen! Kom igen Emil! Kom igen!
This is Houdini, and I've spent over 300 hours falling, trying to climb to the top of this block in many different ways. In this episode, we're gonna take a look at, I guess, what's just another session on this boulder, and alongside me is my brother Felix. He's kind of a cornerstone of support in my climbing and someone who's also working on one version of the boulder. So I first started trying this thing in 2014 as my first ever project outdoors. Back then, I was trying to do the stand start, which is a 7B plus with powerful compression, and it's kind of a test piece around Stockholm. Now Felix did the boulder shortly after this clip, and in my attempts, I still always had him as my psych squad, my right hand. And regardless that he had already done the boulder, he still joined me on many of these sessions, along with this just, infectious excitement and stoke. After about 6 months of training, I finally did the stand start in October of 2014.
Yeah. Awesome. No, come here.
It's about 8 months after having done the boulder, I gotten quite a bit stronger, and in fact, I was strong enough to campus almost half the boulder at that time. This also brought up a new chapter in my life, and that was to try the infamous sit start version of the boulder. Because the thing is, Houdini has two versions of the sit start, and the one that I'm attempting right here is the left version, which is graded 8B or B13. Now this version doesn't actually share any of the holds with the stand start, so in a way it's a completely different line, which is why the OG version still exists, because that version goes straight out of the roof and is defined as climbing into Houdini from the sit start. Now this boulder has only been done by two very tall and very strong climbers as far as I know, and honestly, I wouldn't dare to grade it myself, but to me it's a fair bit harder than the other version. Originally, I just focused on doing the left version as that was the easiest way up from the sit start, and in 2017 I managed this feat with the help and support from both my brother and Eric. After this, I began trying the other version, and this was honestly a new type of challenge and far from my current capabilities at the time. I spent days upon days, months upon months, and year after year trying to make my way to the top, and ultimately I spent enough hours falling that it's honestly even hard to imagine myself. One day last year I had a session on it that felt, close. I was really close to doing it. I was falling after having done all of the cruxes, and I just had one minor foot movement to go until the end part that I'd done over 1,000 times. And regardless, that just wasn't my day, and not many days came after that felt nearly as good. My psyche kinda dropped, and I've had a hard time putting in the effort ever since. So as I mentioned, with me, at least most of the time, I had my loving brother. He was working on the left version and trying to make it work for him. He was going through the same process as I was, and just falling and falling, obsessing, but still making these micro improvements that make it all worth the while. And the amount of effort that he's put in is more than most climbers would do in a lifetime. His dedication towards achieving these goals, it's just, it never ends. It's immense. It's just impressive. Now the big difference that I want to mention to you all, so you can sort of have an understanding what we're doing here, is that the two boulders are quite vastly different. The left version is primarily a test piece of a difficult toe hook, as well as a relatively hard move to a sloper, and you're going from a kind of blind position, so it's incredibly difficult to hit it right.
Music has touched generations.
But the right version is just about doing powerful moves in the roof and making it a lot more about applying pressure on the feet and just maintaining this tension through these pressed positions. More specifically, there's this really standout move that is usually considered the crux of the boulder. For me, the previous move is a little bit harder, but I do think that's just because I'm a little bit shorter than the folks who've done it before. So, where does this bring us? Well, it's time for one of those sessions that was just another session, nothing special, but that turned into something quite magical and a memory I don't think I'll forget anytime soon. What do we have here?
This has been a 7-year project for me, basically, because I did the stance art pretty much exactly 7 years ago. I remember the first session I did like most of the moves, and that I was climbing like 7C, and this is 8-bit, so I got really stoked. But then turns out the hard part is linking everything together, and it's like ever since I've just come here and like been able to do the moves basically, but just never felt like I had a chance. Until this year when I managed to link like the crux sequence together, and it's like, yeah, okay, now I can probably do this boulder. So yeah, and today I feel super good, but there's a lot at stake because it's very likely like the last good day of the season. We actually have good temps today, even though it's late May. But now it's gonna rain for a week after this, and then it's June
summer.
and summer, and might be over. Right. So I have to give 110% today and do it. I will try what for most people is the crux sequence, but for me I don't think it is. For me the move into it is harder, but I will try to do this because it's hard.
Oh my lord.
It feels so good.
So we got Dogo support and Rasking.
I haven't slept much. My neighbor has parties every weekend.
Oh no.
And I don't know, like this is I don't want to be that guy, you know, that ends the party, so I don't.
Yeah.
But he had a party from 1400 to 8 in the morning, ending with he had sex with his girlfriend in the bathtub for an hour. And his bathtub is right next to my bed on the other side of the wall.
Oh no.
So I've slept a couple hours only. Let's see if I can do this boulder.
So I'm on the opposite side of the boulder now. Why?
Because I'm gonna try what for me is the hardest move. Moving from this pinch into this. And it's hard because it's really blind, and I guess it's not hard, it's technical. It seriously has never flashed.
Dude.
What? I've never been even close to flashing that and linking it into the toe. What? Like, honestly, I've never even done that link, because I've done the link into that, but then like kind of slipped off. That was basically the boulder.
My God.
Just needs to link a couple of moves in.
All right, I'm gonna give a burn at the OG version real quick at the second.
Yeah.
Like at a couple of links. That was actually pretty close.
Hmm?
I'll just try the other crux real quick.
Come on.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, so that step out is like really intense. The one that I did. So getting the left foot up here is hard. Once I've had down up here, I'm honestly like, I could cut loose from there. And then it's just the 7B plus part left. So that's a solid link for me as well. You seem like a confident dude.
I mean, I've never felt this good on this boulder.
Yeah.
But I know that it's always, you get the undercling kind of differently from the sit, and it's always felt a lot harder. But I feel like I have, I mean, if I can flash the crux, they flash the crux, then I should have like a little bit higher capacity for it.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I'm wound up in the me step up, I've been waiting all day. Into the game like I'm wearing warm-ups, nah, I don't play. Born with a curse, fake rappers in my universe, that's way. Man to the game, so if
Come
you
on,
catch
dude.
me with a stack, that's bait. Woo! Usually rhyming this way, you can find me. Ain't no wrong team, but the crew behind
Yes.
me. Friends kill me, but the
Come on.
truth divide me. Winning despite the fact you despise me. All I do is help the homies
Come on.
know me. I don't listen to words. You gotta show me you ain't talking
Come on.
about it, and your talk is cheap.
Come on. Come on. Keep it tight.
Yes,
Keep
yes,
it tight.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, dude. Come on.
What the?
Come on, dude. Yeah.
Come on. Kom igen nu gubben.
Come on.
Oj jävlar!
Va? Alltså.
15 minutes sen!
Holy shit.
Yes, you're so happy for me. I don't know what to say.
Dude, like, congratulations.
Thank you, because it's like I said before, because the move can feel easy, but then you just try to link them together and it's fucking impossible. But today, it suddenly felt easy. I don't know, like, because I was saying to Emil, like, I've been feeling weak lately. All my strength benchmarks have been lower, but somehow I've been able to perform outside, and then today just felt incredibly strong somehow. Yeah.
I'm just gonna hug you.
That's my hardest ascent ever, and it felt easy. Well, I can't. Yeah, I can't say that it felt easy, but it felt easier than I expected it to. I definitely had to pull hard. Like I feel I overstrained this bit a little bit. I've had a massive finger injury from this problem before,
Yeah.
and I pulled so hard now that I felt it a little bit. So it's good that I did it on the first go.
Fucking god, dude.
Which is absolutely fucking insane.
Coffee
Alright,
break for you.
Yeah. Session over.
Jeez.
I want to do my other projects now.
So after Felix made this honestly like miraculous ascent, the session wasn't quite over, and Rasmus actually quickly made the ascent of the stand start shortly after. And this was quite special because he'd been working on this one for way longer than makes sense with his strength level. Honestly, he's in really good shape. He'd done 2 7Cs in like 10 minutes just a week before, and clearly his newfound strengths were applied on Houdini. But yeah, after Rasmus did it, I gave a burn on the original version, but I couldn't quite find the feeling for it, and ultimately I just got wrecked and tired of trying it.
Nice. Come on. Come on, dude. Far away still.
So what did I do? Well, I started playing around with new betas and different ways to get into the stand start. I fiddled around for a while and found that the most crucial piece of beta that would make this other version accessible would be to get into this undercling starting hold that's being used on the stand start. And I did finally manage to do this once. And after a little more time, I also managed to do the rest of the moves. And yeah, the boys were stoked and I was stoked. And you know, it was time to give it a proper burn.
Holy shit.
Then I couldn't decide what to do, but I'll just go like that and then bump straight into the top of the boulder. Cool. Fuck yeah.
That toke was really cool. Yeah. I've seen him campus this.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh
fuck
shit.
yeah.
You
About to
doing
go
it today?
down.
You're gonna do this one
I'm gonna
today?
give it a serious freaking red point burn, that's for sure. Red point time, this could go.
There's something in the air.
Something in the air at night, the stars to shine so bright.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you
Duh. Soaked.
So
Completely soaked. Yeah, it rained last night, so
måste jobba in det där. Det är alltid något alltså. Alltid fucking något med den här bollen. So yeah, after that burn, I was done for, I'd say. But I cuddled up with Terijn for a little while, and I don't know, I just felt like doing one more burn, just to end the season, so to speak.
Kom igen, kom igen. Kom igen, kom igen. Kom igen. Kom igen. Kom igen Emil, kom igen. Kom igen. Kom igen, kom igen Emil. Kom igen. Kom igen Emil.
Wow!
What the fuck, dude?
Soft!
Celebration cuddle.
Sjukt. Det är fan sjukt alltså. Right, då drar vi. Next boulder. So how do I feel about all this? Well, I've never been just so happy to see anyone actually send something as I was when Felix did it. He's a man of pure dedication and just tenacity, and he just keeps on going. Like, he's been through so many injured times and he's come back even stronger every time, and it's just, I think we should all just have an immense amount of respect for him, because it's not a lot of people that can do that, and I just think it's incredibly impressive. For my own sake though, I don't actually feel done. I did do the boulder, and I'm very, very happy about that performance, but it wasn't in the way that I originally intended, and so it's hard to fully take in that it's done. And I actually think I'll come back someday. I probably won't obsess about it in the same way. I probably won't, think about it at night and then come back and get shut down. But I'll keep on training and then come back some other day and do it in the way that I originally wanted to, with a wide compression span version. And yeah, I guess, this process has just been, it's been wonderful, but challenging. And I don't know, I just look forward to getting stronger. I guess if you appreciated this, if you want to see more of just, us trying hard and trying to get better at this little thing called climbing up of rocks, then yeah, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you appreciated it, and drop me a comment if you have any questions, or if you want to drop a little bit of support or psych, then that's always welcomed. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, folks.